Good afternoon again. If you've already watched the history video, which you should have, or if you're going to watch it after this one. But in either case, we're doing science right now. This is your science video. We're going to be reading pages 46 to 49, but let's look at our work text, which is page 33 first, and look at the kinds of things we'll be listening for. This first one was, I was a land-dwelling, cold-blooded reptile and now thought of as being extinct. And what am I? And this number 2, I was a dinosaur with vertical plates of bone down my spine. What am I? I was a dinosaur with bony spikes. So you have bone down plates that were bones, spikes that were bones. A dinosaur with very small arms compared to the rest of the body. Sort of give you a picture over there on the right side. One of the largest animals to ever walk the earth. It may have been nearly 40 meters, which is 130 feet long from head to tail. That's longer than a football field. And so, what am I? I was a winged reptile. The thin, bony crest on top of my head may have helped me to keep my balance while flying. Next one, I was an egg-laying, nesting dinosaur. Number 8, I was mentioned as in the book of Job, and I was a large, grass-eating animal with a tail like a cedar. I also had bones that were as strong as brass and iron. I, too, was an animal mentioned in the book of Job. I was a large sea creature with strong scales. And then the last one, I'm an animal. Oh, and in those last 3, they ask you, what am I called and what kind of animal might I have been? And then, I'm an animal that might have been a dinosaur. Many stories about me come from England and China. And so we'll look at those and be listening to say, some of these things. You'll hear some of these names. You'll know which ones are which. To be able to fill them in, if you need to stop the video to go ahead and do that. It's not a problem. All right. Dinosaurs. Some people wonder whether dinosaurs really lived on the earth. Fossils indicate that they did, and God's word describes large land and sea creatures that may have been what people commonly called dinosaurs. Sir Richard Owen, a British scientist, studied the fossils of these large animals. In 1841, he gave the animals the name dinosaurs, which comes from the Greek words meaning terrible lizards. At the time, the dinosaur bones that had been found seemed to be a larger version of lizards. But as more bones were found, scientists decided that dinosaurs were not true lizards. Their skulls were shaped differently. Today, most scientists describe dinosaurs as an extinct group of land-dwelling, cold-blooded reptiles. This means that the extinct reptiles that flew or lived in the water are not considered to be dinosaurs. However, they are often commonly grouped with dinosaurs. Bottom there, you have a Brachiosaurus, which was a type of sauropod. Sauropods were a group of large dinosaurs, and so they were large animals. Dinosaurs might still exist somewhere on the earth, but scientists do not know of any that are still alive today. Whatever is learned about them has to come from the fossils they left behind. What their fossils teach us. At one time, there were many different kinds of dinosaurs on the earth. Paleontologists have found fossils of dinosaur bones all over the world. The fossils tell us certain things about the dinosaurs. Some of them were very large, while others were as small as chickens. Some fossils were from reptiles that appeared to have been able to fly, and others were equipped with to swim and were air breathers. Body shape and size. Scientists cannot know exactly what any dinosaur looked like. We talked about that in your reading from yesterday. Paleontologists can look at its skeleton for clues, though. And these clues may tell such things as how big the dinosaur was or what its body shape was. From these clues, scientists make guesses, and that's what they are, is they're guesses. Now, they might be educated guesses. They might be guesses that are accurate, not accurate, don't know for sure. Some dinosaurs had unusual features. Stegosaurus had vertical bones plates of bone arranged down its spine. Another type of dinosaur called Spinosaurus, or Spinosaurus probably, had bony spikes on its body. Tyrannosaurus rex had very small arms in comparison to the rest of its body. Scientists are not sure how the dinosaurs used these body parts, but we know that God created each creature with its characteristics it needed. One familiar group of large dinosaurs is the sauropods. These plant-eating dinosaurs include the largest animals to ever walk the earth. Fossils of some sauropods indicate they could reach nearly 40 meters or 130 feet long from head to tail. If a Brachiosaurus, a type of sauropod, had stood erect with his neck straight, it would have been about 43 feet tall. A male giraffe is only about half this height. Paleontologists have also found examples of reptiles that have wings. One of these, called Pteranodon, was a probably Pteranodon, or Pteranodon, was a large flying creature that had a thin, bony crest on the top of its head. Some scientists believe that this crest was used to provide balance during flight. Now, we're going to talk about a scientist, Mary Anning. You're going to watch a video if you haven't already watched it today. We will watch a video about Mary Anning. Mary Anning, who lived from 1799 to 1847, that means she died when she was 48, grew up in the coastal town of Lyme Regis, England. Her father taught her how to hunt for fossils along the cliffs by the sea. After her father's death, she provided for her family by finding and selling fossils. She is credited with discovering 2 marine reptiles, Ichthyosaurus and Plesiosaurus. Anning did not have any formal education. She just read and studied the scientific writings of her day, but she became an expert at identifying the fossils that she found. Her work was recognized by well-known paleontologists, displayed in museums, and discussed in scientific papers. Page 48, diet and behavior. Fossils can also give clues about what dinosaurs ate. Genesis 1:30 tells us that before sin entered the world, all animals were plant eaters. Only later did some animals become meat eaters. Dinosaurs with blunt teeth are usually assumed to have eaten only plants, but some dinosaur fossils have very sharp teeth. God could have designed sharp teeth for tearing bark from trees or cutting open fruit with tough rinds. The best way to tell what a dinosaur ate is to find food remains inside of the dinosaur. For example, Pteranodon had a long pouch under its jaw. Fossilized fish bones have been found in this pouch. So scientists believe that this flying reptile held fish in its pouch, much like a pelican does. Paleontologists can learn many things about a creature's behavior from looking at fossils. Tracks often show whether it was walking or running, or whether it was alone or in a herd. You've probably seen models of Tyrannosaurus rex. Its name means tyrant lizard king. By studying trace fossils, scientists have changed their minds about the way it walked. At one time, they thought that it walked upright with its tail dragging by the ground. But then trace fossils of Tyrannosaurus rex's tracks were found. These tracks showed footprints but no tail markings. Most scientists now think that Tyrannosaurus rex kept its body level and extended its tail as it walked. Last page here. Some fossils give us clues about the family life of dinosaurs. We know that some dinosaurs laid eggs because fossilized eggs have been found. One type of dinosaur, called Oviraptor, was discovered in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia. The dinosaur's bones were found lying on top of a nest of eggs. First, it was thought that these eggs belonged to another kind of dinosaur. They thought that Oviraptor had died in the act of stealing the eggs, and so gave this dinosaur name meaning egg stealer. But later, other fossils of oviraptors were found on nests as well. Then a fossil of a baby oviraptor was found inside one of the eggs. These nests held oviraptor's own eggs. The dinosaur was not stealing eggs, it was protecting its own eggs, possibly from the floodwaters. Evolutionists would like to find a fossil of an animal that is a cross between a dinosaur and a bird. They think this would prove that birds evolved from dinosaurs. Even if such a fossil were found, it would not prove evolution to be true. It would only show that God used similar designs in some of his creatures. In Genesis 1:24-25, the Bible tells us that animals bring forth after their kind. Babies look like their parents. God planned it that way. That's why you look like your parents. If your parents are dinosaurs especially, because some of you look like dinosaurs. But, so that is your work, and you heard several of the answers as we were reading it. For some of these, you can probably answer without even looking at it. But make sure you double check you get the answers correct. Page number 33. And you don't need to turn it in. You can, but I'll hold on to them before we have that quiz. All right, that's it. Looks like we have no quizzes coming up, except in history today we have one. But that is, looks like, oh, nope, there is one. It says prepare for quiz for tomorrow. So you have from pages work text 29 and 30, and that's where your quiz will be from tomorrow, so be ready for that. All right, that's it. Thanks. Have a good day. Oh, I forgot one thing. How about a word? How about oviraptor as your secret word? All right, thanks a lot. Bye.